You're gonna get arrested for obstructing police.
All right, I don't wanna stop you guys.
You are stopping it. You are stopping us. What the?
What you're about to see is a case that involved officers from two police areas, miles apart, joined forces to investigate a shocking crime. Officers at Gloucestershire Constabulary received a report of a suspicious car on the 12th of May last year. It was during lockdown and in a secluded area in the Forest of Dean. Local officers checked the registration and saw the car was registered to an address in Wolverhampton. They spoke to the driver, who said he was waiting for a friend. He was reminded of COVID regulations and sent on his way. Shortly after, other officers on patrol spotted a suitcase lying on the side of the road at the entrance of the quarry, not far from where the car was seen previously. The same car was seen travelling slowly towards it. Officers followed the vehicle and issued a fixed penalty to the driver for breach of COVID regulations. Meanwhile, other officers found that a woman was now with the suitcases. She was trying to stall them from opening them up. When they did, a grim discovery was made.
You're gonna get arrested for obstructing police.
All right, I don't wanna stop you guys.
You are stopping it. You are stopping us.
Okay, can I just explain, because as I said before, like I've had.
Step away, please.
I've had issues with that before.
Step away, please.
Just stand there. Okay.
What the?
Tragically, a dismembered body was within. The woman, Gareeca Gordon, was arrested on suspicion of murder and taken into custody. Inquiries were carried out and officers established Gordon was from Birmingham. Gloucestershire Constabulary launched an investigation and worked closely with detectives at West Midlands Police. The body was identified as Phoenix Nets, who lived at the same multi-occupancy house as Gordon in Salisbury Road, Birmingham. Detectives from West Midlands Police began investigating, and a forensic examination of the house took place. In addition to a painstaking trawl of CCTV, forensic examination of 2 mobile phones in Gordon's possession and some financial checks were carried out. Here's what we found. Phoenix was seen crossing the road to visit a friend on the 11th of April. This is the last footage we have of Phoenix. We believe she was tragically killed not long after. She had sent some text to one of her friends saying she felt worried about a girl who was making her feel uncomfortable. It's thought the last genuine messages sent by Phoenix were on the 14th or 15th of April. We believe after she was killed, Gordon took possession of her phone and sent messages to people, so not to arouse suspicion with Phoenix's family and friends. This was noted in an increased use of kisses at the end of messages. Specialist analysis of Phoenix's phone showed searches made on the 16th of April. These included: how to fix a punctured lung, can someone recover from getting stabbed, internal bleeding. We believe that Gordon did this, and that sadly, Phoenix was now dead. Other searches were made on her phone, including circular saw and waste removal. What we can see now is a man delivering a circular saw Gordon bought on Gumtree. On the 20th of April, we see a van arrive that collected carpet, a bed, and some black bags. On the 21st of April, Gordon was seen with a suitcase, which she took into a taxi. Our CCTV trawl determined she was dropped off near the cemetery in Handsworth and returned home later that day without the suitcase. We know Gordon went to great lengths to remove all of Phoenix's possessions and clean the property up. There were 2 separate waste collections. This one shows a number of black bags being collected. She also ordered large quantities of oxygen bleach and was seen buying cleaning products at Home Bargains. Gordon sent messages to Phoenix's housing officer saying she'd moved out. When the welfare officer tried to call to check everything was okay, she replied saying, "Please contact me by email." Later that day, Gordon downloaded an app called Audio Editor. A voice note message was sent to one of Phoenix's friends later that day. A further series of messages indicated she'd gone to London and wouldn't be returning to Birmingham anytime soon. Other CCTV obtained shows Gordon on her bike, making a trip to the cemetery in Handsworth and travelling back to Gloucestershire. It's at this point the suitcases were removed from where she'd hidden them in Handsworth and took to Coleford. We next find her at a police station in Coleford on the 27th of April. She says she's trying to meet a friend, but her phone has run out of charge. She asks for an iPhone charger, but hands over a Samsung phone. She travelled back. And was seen the following day in Home Bargains in Harborne, buying a sleeping bag and cleaning products. The next day, she was spotted arriving at a petrol station in a car she's booked. While she was inside, the driver looked in her bag and found a military-style shovel and black leather gloves. Spooked, he drove off with the bag. Unbelievably, Gordon reported this theft to us shortly after, but called us again a little later to say the bag had been returned. On the 30th of April, Gordon travelled back to Coleford, taking her folding bike and an unusual route by train to Hereford via Shrewsbury. We tracked all of her movements on CCTV. The following day, these searches were carried out on Phoenix's phone. Can a body burn to ashes with petrol? Can you fill a jerry can at a UK petrol station? What happens when you burn a body with petrol? We believe she was sleeping rough in Coleford for several days before being spotted on the 10th of May at a petrol station back in Birmingham buying a jerry can. She was taken back to Coleford by a car she had hired and was seen buying petrol. We know she later attempted to burn Phoenix's body before being discovered on the 12th of May and subsequently arrested. Gareeca Gordon, aged 28, from Salisbury Road, Birmingham, pleaded guilty to Phoenix's murder at Bristol Crown Court on Wednesday, the 21st of April. She was given a life sentence with a minimum term of 23 years on the 4th of May at Bristol Crown Court.